Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rainy and this is Rainy Day Reads and Crafts, and that little crafting part is because today we are going to do the Mid-Year WIP Parade. Yay! It's everybody's favorite time, at least before the actual WIP parades that everybody does at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. But anyway, I decided to do this Mid-Year WIP Parade because I have not shown my face in the floss tube aspect of my channel for quite a while. And I thought this might be a good way to kind of get myself back into that part of my channel. No particular reason why I haven't filmed. I got back into reading a lot, and I just didn't have just other life things. I just didn't have as much time to stitch as I had been. And I just there was 1 month that I just felt like I really didn't have that much to show because I didn't work on much and didn't really, what I did work on, I didn't work on very much. So, and then just, as the year or the months went on, I was just busy and never could get time to film. So that is that. First of all, please excuse this mess in the corner. I thought I was going to be hiding that from you, but I should have just left it where it was because it was less visible. Oh gosh, but I want to also, feature Alice in Wonderland, which is, or Alice and the Flamingos from Mrs. Pagodi Art that I finished a few years ago. So I don't know. Who cares? Just forget about it, Rainy. Just forget about it. Just hide it somehow. Maybe I can hide it in editing. I don't know, probably not. Anyway, please excuse my mess. But other than that, me pointing out the mess that maybe you didn't even notice prior to me pointing it out and telling you I haven't filmed in 2 or 3 months, we're just going to get on to the WIP parade, shall we? I have a few finishes to show you, not fully finished, that'll come later, but finished objects, and one UFO, sadly, and I have, with that UFO, I have 11 WIPs, which in the floss tube community is like nothing. But I am a full coverage cross stitcher, so the WIPs I do have are going to take me forever. So I probably will add another one here and there, but I am kind of starting to get a little overwhelmed with having a lot of starts and things. So I had kind of planned a couple of new starts, and I haven't done them because I just, number one, I haven't had time really, and the prospect of starting something new that is a big full coverage just daunted me. I need to get something done before I start anything new. So yeah, that's how this is gonna go today. And I will try to tell you, I did write a little list, so I'll try to remember all the things. But if I miss something, please let me know. And also, maybe I'll just try to put this list in my description down below if I can. And I will, if I forget which fabric I'm using, if it's something special, then I will try to link it if I can figure out what it was. Anyway, enough chatter. Let's start with my finished objects, which is probably where I'm already going to get tripped up on what the fabric is. We'll see. So, all right, let's see. Number 1, my first finish of the year is Western Meadowlark by Lindy Stitches. And here it is. And this is the fabric that I am not sure about. I do know it is 18 count because I am doing all of, here, sorry, I don't have a board, so let me fold the fabric back, that'll help. Okay, So this is one of her Bird Crush Club series birds, and I had signed up for the whole club. I think it was in 2022, and I think I did 3 or 4 of them in that year, and then just kind of burned out on them. So I've been, doing a few a year ever since then, or a couple of years. So there's 12 in total. So this is good question. I don't know which bird this is, what month this is, but it was a pretty quick stitch. I started this on the 3rd of January, and I finished it on the 31st of January of this year. And I said it's by Lindy Stitches, correct? Yes, I did. And it's 18 count. I want to say, I don't know. I will have to put it below if I can find it. I think it is called Jade. I think that's the fabric name, but I forget who it's by. It might be by XJute Designs. I will find out. I'm sure I got it on 123 Stitch, so it should be in my history. So I'll try to find that for you. But yeah, I really like how he turned out. I love his little like necktie looking thing. So that is finish number 1 of 2026. And then my second finish of 2026 is also a Bird Crush Club bird by Lindy Stitches, and that is the American Avocot, I think is how you maybe pronounce it. That's the way it looks. But I started this one on March 14th, and I finished it on April 21st. So this one took me a little longer, but it is a lot more involved, I feel like. So this one I know is 18 count spearmint from Forbidden Fiber Co. At least I am 99% sure. I have worked on spearmint before, so this is what it definitely looks like. So if I'm wrong, if I figure out that I'm wrong, I'll put it below, but I am 99% sure that it is spearmint by Forbidden Fiber Co. But the Bird Crush Club at the time that I signed up for it came with fancy floss from Threadworks, and that's what all of the birds' heads and necks are done in. Not this. This was like a blend of something, but all this, and I am just not good at the fancy floss. I mean, it turned out okay, but I'm just really not good at fancy floss. So I feel like for me, I need to stick with DMC because I don't do well with the fancy ones. But I really love these guys. I don't know if any of you who like birds have seen they're called the blue-footed boobies, which is silly, but I love them so much. They're so cute, and these guys' blue legs reminded me of them. Surprisingly, I do not think that there are any blue-footed boobies in the Bird Crush Club. However, Lindy Stitches has many other standalone patterns of the boobies. In fact, she just put out a floss tube this week sometime, and she had like a little segment of her boobie finishes, she called it. How many times can I say boobies? Let's stop. Okay. And then my third and final finish for the year so far is one that I don't actually currently have in my possession because I gifted it to a friend. But I did take a picture of it, so I'll put a picture on the screen. And this is called, I believe it is called Someone New. It is also by Lindy Stitches. So all of my finishes so far this year are Lindy Stitches. And it came in a set with another pattern that I had done last year as a gift. This one I made for, what was that one called? Oh, Hello Little Stranger was what the other one was called. And I have shown it on my floss tube before. And so this one that I stitched was actually for the grandma of the parents that I made the other one for last year. So there was a baby born in June when I stitched it, because actually I thought I had stitched it last year and just needed to like fully finish it. And turns out when I went to get the things out, I did not. so from June 16th to like the week later, I didn't write down when I finished it, but it took me a week to stitch this and fully finish it. But I was able to, well, I had to put down everything else to just do this. But I used 20 count petite point Ada from, I believe it's Witchelt, but I'll put it down below. I'm terrible at this. And I ended up finishing it in like a door hanger style, with some pom-pom trim that I had, and I just hot glued that sucker onto cardboard and then hot glued the trim around it and had like a hanger on it, and there you go. It worked, because I figure, if it comes apart, it's not going to yellow anything. Because the fabric's already not white. So I feel like it's going to be okay. And I put some some white felt on the back of it to hide all the yucky bits on the back. So it turned out really cute. I thought I was pretty proud of myself for something that I kind of threw together in a panic, realizing that I had never actually stitched it last year for her. But it worked out because I wasn't able to visit the baby or anything, this until a few weeks later anyway. So everything worked out fine. But so those are my 3 finishes for the year so far. Now I will show you my sad UFO. And this is going to be a UFO that I am going to restart at some point. But hold on, let me get it. My sad little UFO is Happy Village by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is how much I have on it so far. And that's actually kind of a lot. I didn't actually write down how far I was or anything, but I am doing this, or was doing this, on 36 count. And it's just, a linen 36 count. Maybe it might be a Lugana. I'm not really sure. And I was doing it 1 strand tent stitch, and I do not like it. So it's just, I'm 43 years old. It's very, very hard for me to see. I have to use my magnifying glasses, which is fine. I can do that. But I'm not happy with, it looks fine on camera, but I'm not happy with the coverage of all this black. And I was just finding that I was getting kind of confused as to where things are. I like full coverage better. And you'll hear more about that later as well. So also there was a Heaven and Earth Designs sale. That's the word, sale, recently. And myself and another friend because now there is a mini available in Happy Village. So we decided we were fine with the slight loss of detail in the mini, because this one that I was doing on 36 count was going to be 336,350 stitches. And that's why I was doing it on 36 count, so that it wouldn't be ginormous. But the mini Happy Village is only 90,450. I can do that. That is fine. So I just decided I'm scrapping this. I believe my friend Alicia, who is the one who also bought the mini, which I guess that's a spoiler for her next video. So sorry, Alicia, but she does some things in 36 count. So I think I'm just going to chop off what I did here, and I will send her the rest of the fabric so that it won't go to waste. That makes me feel better about UFOing patterns. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I hate it. I really, really, really struggle with UFOing patterns because I spent money on the pattern, which I did not originally. A friend of ours sent us the pattern as a gift. So we asked her if she was okay with us scrapping it and restarting the mini, which she was okay with it. And so I struggle with that when I buy the pattern. I struggle with that because I spent money on fabric and I'm wasting floss. But that, also, if it's a waste of my time if I'm not enjoying it. So, and I also don't have that many projects anymore because I have UFO'd a bunch that I wasn't happy with. So I'm not too sad about it. It's better to restart it on something that, with something that I'm going to like. Like I can do 28 count or 25 count, 1/1 full cross, which you'll see in a few of my projects. I have that, and I'm totally fine with that, and I like it. So I think I'm just going to stick with that. And then 36 counts, like anything above 28 count, I think is just going to be too high of a count for me, because I've tried to do stuff in 40 count before, don't like it. So here we are. We're just gonna move on and not beat ourselves up about it. And I will restart it. Now I don't know when I'm going to restart it. I might wait until 2027, just because I'm so busy recently. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when summer's over, but it's not going to be a summer restart, that's for sure. If anything, it'll be in the fall when I'm home more, if I'm home more. We'll see. But anyway, let's now move on to the current WIPs that I have going. So, hold on. I didn't actually organize my WIPs in the order that they're on my list. So let me dig them out. So I'll probably cut so you don't have to watch this, but hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go in the order that I started these WIPs. And like I said, I have 11 current, now that I've UFO'd and finished a couple, but all those ones that I started this year. So they're not like long-term projects or anything. All the rest of these are longer-term projects. So my first one is Quick Stitch Grand Library Fire by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is artwork by Amy Stewart. It is part of the larger bookshelf, one of the bookshelves. I'm not sure which one, but doesn't matter. It's part of that, and I was gifted this back in 2022 by a friend. So I made it my new year, new start in 2023. So I started it on January 1st, 2023. And this is where it is now. And actually, if I should have where my starting pictures for the beginning of 2026, and I will put it here also so you can see a comparison. I'll try to do that for everything. So like I said, started this on January 1st, 2023. It is on 25 count easy grid fabric, which, side note, I do not really use the grid. So the grid is kind of useless to me, but I didn't know that at the time. So I never really pay attention to it. And I'm doing this 1/1 full cross. The pattern has a total of 230,850 stitches. In 2026, so far, I have done 1,793 stitches, and we are currently at 3.37%. So I am trying to fill in the first page. I think this is all the first page. Paid pages are really big, which honestly does not bother me. I know it does bother some people, bothers some of my friends, but it doesn't really bother me. But I'm trying to finish this page. And I had it on a giant scroll frame that I bought, and I was going to try to make this like a all year focus stitch. That didn't happen. I got real busy and it was taking up space, and I was like, no, we're just gonna put it away for now. But I do like it on the scroll frame because it is a giant piece of fabric. So I probably will put it back on the scroll frame at some point. We'll see. So number 2 is another quick stitch project, and that is Anne of Green Gables, also by Heaven and Earth Designs, also artwork by Amy Stewart. Can you tell that I like Amy Stewart? As do a lot of full coverage cross stitchers on FlossTube. But I have cropped this a little bit. So actually, did I didn't get a percentage on this, but I kind of cropped off a lot of the big tree on the one side and tried to make it a little bit, I think I made it square, or maybe a little less than square, but so my version, well, here's where it is now. And I might have to put, maybe I'll try to put the picture, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know where to put it, but I will put the beginning of the year picture. I feel like I've done a lot on this one. Let's see. It is a total with the cropped version of 83,928, and I have done 2,253 stitches so far in 2026. This one is on 22 count. 1/1 full cross, and I started this one on April 26th of 2023. So it's not far enough. No, it's just small. It should be farther along than it is. But I think the White House is getting me, because I kind of, and I think I have to come up with a plan where I do a little bit of the White House and then a little bit of something else, and then probably when I get done with the White House, it'll be like a little bit of green and a little bit of like the blue on the side or whatever. Because after a while, that gets a little tedious. So, yeah, I really like this one. I was thinking, oh, did I tell you what? Oh, no, I told you I did not get a percentage on this one. But I think it's at about like 13% maybe. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But it was going to be a focus on a finish for this year. And then I decided not to do that, and I wanted to do other plans. And then those plans have kind of gone off the rails. So, whatever. But anyway, that was number 2 of the year. So now on to number 3. Number 3 is Minnie the Nativity, also by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this one is by Donna Gelsinger. And I started this one on July 24th of 2023. And here it is now. And I'll put up a picture of where it was at the beginning of the year. And let's see, it is on 22 count. Again, a lot of my projects in 2023 were done on 22 count fabric. That messed with my brain a little bit there. And I am doing 1/1 full cross on it. It has a total of 87,750 stitches, and so far in 2026, I've done a measly 796 stitches, mostly over here because I decided to try to get across the entire length, which I have not done yet. But it is very far along for me and a full coverage. It is at 16.95%, so almost 17%. I don't know why I just didn't continue on and get it to 17%. That kind of annoys me. But anyway, I think it's looking really good for a mini. Like close up, I don't, like when you're really looking at it, it looks really grainy, but I think from far away, it looks pretty good. So I'm starting in over here. There's another wise man forming. So, but yeah, it's coming along wonderfully. And of course, like everybody says, as soon as I start showing you all these projects, I want to work on them all and get them. Like I want to get that one to 17% because that drives me nuts. But we're going to stay the course, not work on too many projects at one time. All right. So now let's go to number 4. Okay, so number 4 is Sweet Nectar by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I forgot to look up the name of the artist, but I believe it's Molly Harrison. I will put it on the screen. But I started this one on October 20th of 2023. And here is where it is now. I'll put a picture up of where it was at the beginning of the year. Sorry for all the hanging threads. But this one is also done on 22 count. And it is 1/1 full cross. All of mine are 1/1 full cross unless otherwise stated. And there will be a total of 150,300 stitches. And in 2026, I have done 1,442 stitches, and it is currently at 4.17%. So I think it's turning out very lovely. But there's a lot of background there. So that's why I started, like, I'll do some of that and get it filled in background, and then I've moved on to the hummingbird because I want to see that hummingbird and I want to see that flower. And I just have to like stay the course on the tan background. See, if I had known, I think in 2023 I wasn't super comfortable with the idea of cropping things, and I think if I were to do it now, I probably would have cropped a little bit of it just to not have all that tan to do. But also I think it's pretty, so I'm not like mad about it. It just, and it actually goes pretty fast when I am working on it, but it's tan. It's not fun, but whatever. It's going to be worth it because the painting itself, the stitch itself will be gorgeous. Okay, and number 5 is the mini version of The Library by Heaven and Earth Designs, and artwork is by Auguste Tomouche, which is like a 1800s French artist. So this is a like classic painting turned into a stitch. So I started this. This was my New Year, New Start in 2024. So we're getting into the 2024 stitches. And it was actually started on the 1st of January of 2024. And this is done on 25 count. I branched out in 2024 from my 22 count. I went to 25 count. And this is where it is now. And I am not even going to post a before picture because sadly, I have not worked on this year at all. I thought I had, but I think what happened is I had originally planned to do a, what am I trying to say? A rotation, like a 500 or 1,000 stitch rotation. And I did it for the first part of the year for a few months. And then that's when I started getting busy, when the library was going to start being my monthly focus stitch, because that's what I was doing, and that's what I'm still doing technically. I'm doing a like a monthly focus piece, but now I have a focus on a finish piece. But before, I was just having a monthly focus piece and then like a wheel spin stitch rotation. So I abandoned that. So now I just have a focus piece for the month and a focus on a finish. And then every once in a while, I'm trying to get those birds done. So when I have a little bit of extra time, I'm going to start the next bird so hopefully there'll be a few more bird finishes by the end of the year. But anyway, this has not been worked on at all in 2026, and that's very sad. But there are a total of 88,425 stitches, and it is currently at 10% even. So that's still pretty cool. I love the way this looks. And I'm really sad that I haven't worked on it. But this has become my Victober stitch, and it probably will be again this year. So maybe it wasn't supposed to be a focus stitch. It probably just came up in my rotation that I never ended up doing, my like 500 stitch rotation, because this is normally what I do in October for the reading festival that is Victober, where we read Victorian novels and other things from that period all month. So this is usually what I work on during that month. So that might be why. More so that she hasn't been worked on yet, because I abandoned that stitch rotation and she hasn't come up as my focus stitch yet. Soon though, October's coming up. I mean, not real soon, but I'm not going to rush summer. Yeah, I think she is looking really pretty. She's my equivalent. I mean, I do have one, well, I don't know if I'd call her a fancy lady, but this is my equivalent to a fancy lady, because I don't have any of those. I do have a fairy coming up by Mirabilia, but this is the only like Nora Corbett-y type thing. That this is not Nora Corbett, but yeah, that's probably about as far as I'll ever get as to a fancy lady. Okay, my next one, which is number 6, is Wine Country Escape by Heaven and Earth Designs. And artwork is by, you guessed it, Amy Stewart. I believe this is also part of another one of her bookshelves, I think. But yeah, artwork by Amy Stewart, which is evidenced by all the color and all the stuff going on, which I haven't really gotten to yet. But here is where I am currently, and I'll put up where it was at the beginning of the year. I started this one on May 4th of 2024. This was my birthday start. My birthday is actually on May 5th, but I knew I wouldn't be able to stitch that day, so I started a little bit early. This one is actually done 2 strands tent, but I am actually going to try converting this to 1/1 full cross, because I just don't like 10 stitch that much anymore. And this is my only other one. Oh yeah, this is my only one now because I UFO'd Happy Village. So this is my only project that's in 10 stitch. And I was finding that I was messing up a lot. And I'm just not a huge fan of it. It looks good. It's very dense and I like it. But I think I can probably incorporate maybe 1/1 full cross on this. If not, I might have to think about restarting it, which I don't really want to do. But my friends have encouraged me to just try feathering in some full crosses and see if it's really that noticeable. It probably won't be, because now that I'm looking at it, I don't think you'll notice that it's not maybe as dense since I just have this teeny little corner, which, let's talk about it. This is I think this is my biggest WIP, and because it has a total of 456,800 stitches. And in 2026, I have done 913, and it is only at 0.79%. So if I would open up this piece of fabric, it's like a blanket. And this is 28 count. Did I say that? There's even less than 1% done on this one. So I think if I just convert it to full cross, I'll be fine. But to be determined. Stay tuned. Now, my next one doesn't have a lot of stats because this is speaking of the fancy ladies. This is Midsummer Night's Dream Fairy by Mirabilia. So not technically a fancy lady, I don't think, but probably in the same category as people that do them. Probably, I don't know, maybe consider this a fancy lady. Let me know. If you're a big Mirabilia Nora Corbett fan, do you consider her fairies fancy ladies? But anyway, here is where I am on this one. I'm saving the beading and I'm doing some of the back stitching. Okay. So I'm gonna put up the before picture too. But see her face? I finally got her face done. It looks so much better than it did before I put the back stitching in. So I had to do some back stitching because it was creepy beforehand and I thought I did something wrong. So looks a lot better now. So this is done on Little Piggy, 16 count. I'm trying to find it on my thing. Okay, 16 count, fiber on a whim in the colorway Little Piggy, which I think is really cute. And I started this on May 19th of 2024. And I kind of try to count my stitches. So I have that approximately this year. I've done 815 stitches. I'm not sure if that's accurate because sometimes I forget to count them. But that's probably fairly accurate. So it's probably between that and 1,000 stitches for the year so far. So, but she's looking really nice now. I'm glad I did her face because before that it just was real weird. I also took out, did I redo it? No, I did not. I had put in the back stitching there and I think I did it right, but it made her arm look really lumpy. So I took it out for now, and we'll revisit that later and see if we can get it to look a little less like she has a lot of cellulite or something, because it did not look great. So I'm sure that was my fault, not the patterns, but you know. Okay, so number 8 of our 11 WIPs, so we're getting down to it already, is Autumn is as Joyful by Lila's Studio. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Should just look that up, but I don't. I started this one on September 22nd, 2024. I think, oh yes, I started this with Samantha from the HyggeStitcher. She had a stitch along called probably Autumn is as Joyful, Sal. I don't really remember because sadly hashtags don't work as well on Instagram anymore. So I kind of got out of using hashtags on Instagram. So I forget what it was called, but I think it was Autumn is as Joyful, Sal. But anyway, I'm using, blah, 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 blah. I am using 20 count, and I believe it is Fiber on a Whim Cream and Sugar is what I'm using. And here it is so far. I've gotten a lot done. So it is currently, I'm trying to hold this up and look at my list. I'm so well prepared. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on 20 count, and in 2026 I have done 6,051 stitches. I did not write down how many stitches total there is, but it is at 46.63%. And this, oh, sorry, I moved it down because I was looking for something. This one, I am trying to complete this by the end of 2026 because it is almost at 50% already, and we are halfway through the year. So I feel like I should be able to get it done. I am one of the people that is going to change the phrase on the inside of the acorn because some people, including myself, didn't love the phrase, the verse, whatever, that was originally in there. So she graciously recharted another one, which I like a lot better. So I will be putting that one in there. But we're going to do that at the end because I can do the rest of it and then figure out from there. I mean, I know I'm going to do that one, but I want to just work with the pattern I have right now, and then we'll put maybe the verse part into Pattern Keeper, so I know stitch count wise what I'm doing. So yes, so that is going to be the 2026 focus on a finish. So hopefully when I come back for my end of the year WIP parade, you will see a finish on that one. We'll see. I don't know. So far this month has not been going well for stitching either, so who knows. Okay, so number 9, which is funny because, well, it's funny because it goes with a song that is from this group. This is Beatles Collage by Stitches So Beautiful. Artwork is by Tammy Gross, I think is her name. Pretty sure, yes. I'll put it up on the screen if I'm wrong. But I started this one. Oh, this is my first 2025 start. I started this one as my New Year, New Start on January 1st of 2025. It is on 28 count, 1/1 full cross. And here is where I am. I'll put up the beginning of the year. Oh, there is no beginning of the year picture because I started it. No. This is 2026. There is a beginning of the year picture. What am I doing? Okay, so anyway, let's see. There is a total of 160,000 total stitches, and in 2026 I have done 2,343 stitches, and it is currently at 4.42%. Oh gosh, you guys, why do you watch me? I'm a mess. Okay, so it looks really good. I had to move over here to I think this is the sun. I think it's the Sun King, actually. And here comes the sun and all that, because all of this is just all this. And it was getting pretty boring. So I needed some extra color. So the Sun King has provided me some color. So I really like it a lot. And 28 counts, yeah, I'm able to do this without magnification. I don't think I ever use magnification. Maybe once in a while at night. But I still got it. My eyes aren't that bad. And usually I'm not always wearing my glasses either. So not too bad yet. Now this next one, number 10. It's still in my nerd hoop because I was actively working on this one in July. And this is Freedom by Stitches So Beautiful, artwork by editor Jose Rosa, who is another floss tube darling. I feel like kind of like Amy Stewart. If you like Amy Stewart, you probably like editor Jose Rosa. They Their styles are not similar in any way, but they're just both really good. And they both come out with great patterns that everybody loves. So I started this one on February 14th of 2025. It is on 25 count. And here is where I am now. And I'll put up the beginning of the year picture. And there is a total of 90,000 stitches on this project. And wait for it, guys. Okay, so this is the month of the USA's 250th birthday. I'm sure you've heard that because we're doing this after July 4th. So if you don't know that, you weren't watching TV or any social media. But so this, and I did not do this on purpose, but in 2026, I have done 1776 stitches. I did not do that on purpose. I did think about it at one point, but I didn't do it. I didn't stop at 1776 stitches. I mean, on purpose. Obviously, I did stop on 1776 stitches, but that's hilarious to me. So it is currently at 7.3%. And I think that's all the stats I have to give you about this. I just thought that was hilarious. 1776. That very ironic. I probably did. Okay, so I didn't do it on purpose, but I probably kind of had a feeling I was getting to that point, and I was probably like, yeah, maybe. And then just happened to get there and didn't even realize it until I went and did these stats. So, but yeah, I really like it a lot. I should just stop there for the rest of the month. This is my focus stitch for the month of July. I should just stop there now that I've hit 1776 stitches. But I don't know. We'll see. I honestly might just work on Autumn is as Joyful for the rest of the month. I don't know. Not because of that, but just with life. That might be easiest to just work on one project for the rest of the month. But we'll see, because I'm really enjoying this project. It's really, even the background, even though a lot of this is background, it's such a fun background. I like it a lot. So it's kind of, once I started, it's hard to put it down. And I am doing mostly a diagonal for this. It just seems to work for this one. But obviously I have veered off. But I don't know, when I maybe hit the top edge of the next page, I might start doing a page finish just to make sure that this guy's statue is all lined up properly before I keep going. I don't know. We'll see. She may not get any more work this year. I don't know. We'll see. But she's staying in the Q step for now because I really enjoy working on her. So then, let's see. Where did I put? I had to go back up to the first side for my last project. So we are on the last project, number 11. And this project is Northanger Abbey by Twin Peaks Primitive, or Twin Peaks Primitives, I think. I don't know. And I started this one for Jane Austen July. So I started it on July 2nd of 2025, and it is on 20 count Moonstone, and I forget who that is by. So I'll put it either on the screen or in the description. But I'm doing 1/1 full cross. Well, here, let's look at it. I am not terribly enamored with this stitch. I don't know. Part of me kind of wants to ditch it. But also, again, with that whole, I don't want to waste the fabric and all that. But if you can see, I should have found a different floss for the birds and her, part of her bonnet. Because it's just really light and it doesn't show up well. But I didn't do that, and I'm not very confident in that. But my friend Alicia from Adventures of Stitching, she told me that she would help me when I was ready to get this one out again. So I should have pulled this one out for Jane Austen July, because it is currently Jane Austen July. But I wanted to work on Freedom for the, 250th anniversary, and I was not enjoying the stitch because, and honestly, only because of this color. So if I just figure out a color switch for that, I'm sure it'll be fine. But also, the other thing, which you've heard, if you're a member of this channel for any length of time, you have heard me bellyache about the quote that they put on Northanger Abbey is not a quote from Northanger Abbey. And I had a real problem trying to explain that to the design staff. They were not willing to rechart something. So I had my friend Kim from, why did I just blank? ContentedNeedleworkerKim rechart me a phrase, which hopefully I kept in a safe spot because I haven't seen it in a while and I don't remember because I'm nowhere near ready to start that quote or that stitch. So hopefully I can find it, Kim. But yeah, she requoted or recharted a quote for me that's actually from Northanger Abbey. And it's nice because Northanger Abbey is one of her snarkiest novels. So there were plenty of snarky quotes for me to choose from, which is my jam. I don't know, because I have like a constraint on how many words I can put where they quoted the wrong quote. And yeah, so I don't know if I'll actually, I don't even remember what quote I picked. Geez. So, but I don't remember it being terribly snarky, but that's fine. But yeah, that's it. If you hung on this long for my hot mess whip parade, good for you. Good job. So yeah, hopefully I will be back at probably the end of August at this point with a floss tube. Hopefully I'll be back with some booktube earlier than that, but I will probably come back maybe at the end of, like at the beginning of August, maybe, to show you what else I got done for, my freedom piece, if I work on it anymore, and my Autumn is as Joyful. But if not, I will be back at the end of August with all that to try to just restart my monthly floss tubes. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, guys, thank you for hanging on for dear life in this whip parade. And I will hopefully talk to you soon, either in a booktube or a floss tube. All right, friends. Bye.